Spirituality is about stepping away from the entire world, and it's the easiest thing to do. There are so many methods and ways of achieving this and moving toward it, but all you have to know is the end, is that there is a God, and that everything of this world is what's traditionally been called the illusion. Doesn't mean that it's not hell, because it's horrible to live here, isn't it? But if you're spiritual, you understand these words already. We appear to be here, but we're rooted and grounded in heaven. What is heaven? Step just 6 inches away from believing you're this body in this lifetime, at this time, and there's an openness, a grace, a dignity, a quiet, a purity. The entire thing is an illusion, and that's not taking away from the horror of it. You see what I'm saying? It's addressing that head on and seeing that we step away and then we take everyone with us. Spirituality involves, first of all, knowing that, stepping away from the conditioned experience, all of it. And if we're spiritual, we already know what that is. And then second to that is we're taking everyone with us. The psychology, the emotion of that is that we want to make everyone we love safe. My mom, she passed many, many years ago, and she's always here. After she passed, I was in the Palace of Legion of Honor, saw a beautiful ancient painting, remarkable work, and she just came off the painting, and she's here. Your mom, I talk about them in all the classes, are there to protect you, to make you safe. That's all they ever want. Imagine God himself, and your mom is just a ray of light from heaven, and your dad, and your puppy, and your best friend, and your love. In spiritual consciousness, which is what we're endeavoring to discuss, there is a purity, a quiet, a calm that's so transcendent of everything. And in that, it's easy to step away from believing you're this person in this body, or you had other lifetimes, or the future, or the side, or the wars, or peace. There is an openness to eternity. It's been called enlightenment, illumination, nirvana, the beatific vision, the vision of God. The point is that it's simple. To take that step, and with it you take that step of confusion of the whole world. I know I'll die for all my friends and the ones that I really love, and I can't be with anyone in the material life because this is my mission, is to do this. So I can't spend time with this one or that one that I would love to, my family. I just can't be there because I have to be responsible to the fact that I'm born to make them safe. We're born to make our loved ones safe. And if that includes all humanity, for me, it does. From this illusion, which is a demonic force, which is a pebble in a shoe, and it's no more than that. If you understand, simply remove the shoe, drop the pebble, put your shoe back on. And all you do there, let's try a little process for that. I'll count back from 10 to 1. And at 1, we'll step aside, we'll just not acknowledge, and we'll feel a very subtle force that will move through everything, and we won't acknowledge the physicality of anything. And we'll feel divine grace. And we'll know that that is our entirety of our consciousness. It's all in consciousness what's being said. So we'll drop the idea that we are our body, or our problems, or the solution to our problems, or that the world ever existed. That's what spirituality is. And then from there you can make safe those you love. Isn't that the biggest thing? Isn't it? You don't have to prove yourself. You have to disprove the material world has an existence. I've never not felt this for any moment of my existence, and live through everything because I know that this is what they do. You're being set up every moment of your life. That's the idea of the Garden of Eden. You're naked, two bodies, two physical bodies. That happens somewhere in eternity, but it's infinitesimal. This little, why it's called, again, as horrible it is, we're not taking away from that. The point is, but if you know this, it's not horrible anymore. I've known 50 years ago I would do this at this point because I knew that God wanted what I wanted, which was to get rid of all the pain for everybody forever. Because it seems so simple to me. Because I will make you safe. My family, my friends, my loved ones, and that's our desire to become enlightened. It's not so much about our own trauma and confusion, but that we can really support those we care for. I'm going to count back from 10 to 1, at which point we'll all be very quiet, very calm. We'll let go of all the conditioning of our life, and we'll reside in the place 1,000 years before this birth, before anything got conditioned. Remember when you're a child, it's like, and then the more conditioning you get, the more time passes by because you have more, this world is impinged on you more, you got more pins in you, and we're going to go back before the first pin. We're there at 0. Relax your breathing, relax your traps, all your musculature. Feel every joint in your body relax. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, finger joints, down the spine, hips relax, knees relax, ankles and all your toes. Just feel them relax and feel the presence of the earth beneath you, which is why the Buddhist monks, they walk in circles. They're not walking in circles, they're not in their body, their concentration is beneath them in the ground of the temple. My buddy Greg here is a martial arts teacher for 50 years, and he teaches this in a very quietly profound way, and just through carrying himself that way, and everyone copies the teacher. So we call him Master G. At 0, we're letting go of all of our conditioning, we're grounded, we feel the presence of the earth, and we become that. We're not our body. We're all there before time was, before churches saw light, before men were men or names were named. You were this simplicity, just a quiet atmosphere, and that will be your body. And then you're part of God in eternity, as you were before this or any birth. Complete calm, relax your breathing. We're there at 1, at 0, and we'll never leave again. 10. Just the breathing. 9. 8. 7. 6. There's nothing formed. You are your presence. 5. 4. You are eternity. When you're here, you can bring all your loved ones to safety. 3. 2. This will never leave you. 1. Zero. You are this presence. You'll always be this presence. You're not a person in a world at a time. You are the presence of God. You can't think it, it's too much, what makes us unbelievably humble. And that's part of the presence. That's the psychology that the presence has. And it doesn't matter once you're aside from the world, because it's okay to be humble here, because everything is humble, contrite, caring, and safe. Always was and will be. This incidental moment in what is called time, which only exists here, time is the outlaw. Of the universe. It's nothing. It exists in this one infinitesimal realm. If you're spiritual, these words mean everything. It's just this softly lit air. It's beautiful, isn't it? To be you. Now, and to know you can free all your friends and neighbors, and you can make them safe. I've always known that all I want to do and what I will do is make all the good people of the world safe. That's the only reason I live, no other reason. When I knew 50 years ago that God wanted what I wanted, then that was it, because I didn't care if I lived or died then, just for a few weeks, because it was just like, it's so stupid. I feel all this presence, and most people are just live in a cloud of conformity. And I saw so many beautiful broken hearts, and I wanted to get to them and fix them. And then when God had this vision 5 months for me, and it was just heaven, and I knew that God wanted what I wanted, I never again thought of leaving or checking out for a moment. And it's been living hell, and it's okay, because I know the end game. I will make you safe. That's what you'll have in your heart and soul, now that you know it can be. And it's a spiritual safety, and a kindness, and a decency. And it's a realm of pure interest. There's nothing fascinating about it like the world, this nice kind of hair, or this or that. It's just an isness. Like the softness of the warm air when the sun comes up. It just is. You'll feel that forever, and you'll have unimaginable, what have been called miracles. I had them all day, but they're in consciousness, in understanding and wisdom, and a new way to help or get to this person or that person. And the heartache is powerful, because you don't want to see anyone victimized anymore, and you have to get more subtle and more deeply grounded in what Greg calls in your stance. Get more grounded in your stance, and his students get lower and feel in their center and be more practiced for handling any kind of violence. And that's the idea of martial arts, is to get so clear that you can, like the samurai with the sword. Why were they willing to stand and have a sword fight with the adversary? What were they protecting? Their ego? No. The spiritual training behind it was you're protecting what's behind you. Civilization, your family, your friends, your loved ones. You'll make them safe. You have the understanding and wisdom. Bring all your loved ones to the safe, this island of peace. This island of peace is your soul. It's the heart and decency and wonder of your soul. There's nothing wrong with you. Everything that impinges upon our fine senses, all the conditioning, all the confusion, can't do this. There's no fear in perfect love. You can handle anything. Not that you're not threatened, you're in the middle of horrible circumstances. It happens to me for moments or minutes or hours every day of my life, where I'm in stuff but I can't explain to the people around me that it's okay, we're going to walk through this no matter what it is. Again, the only reason I exist is that I know I will make you safe. It's just a matter in consciousness that we all rise up within us like the morning mist. It's a simplicity, it's a purity in the air, it's our consciousness. We are surrounded by this cloud of witnesses. Witnesses meaning those who are always in adoration of God. But this realm of God, of spirituality, is, forgive the word, infinitely transcendent of all the garbage of this conditioned world, and is conditioned by one little presence. We can call it Satan, and it's just, if you understand that, you'll have all these different visions and stuff day to day and through the night and evening, but you'll never want to leave again or check out or turn away from what's in front of you. Once you know you can make us all safe. Starting with your mom, your loved ones, your family, your dear friends, those you trust. And there's many colors on your palette. You're a great artist, you're going to repaint everything. You're going to check the lighting, you're going to sit more quietly. Look at the figure you're studying to paint, whether it's a mountaintop or a dear friend. And that's why people feel, we feel so alone, and someone's going to take our picture and everyone, oh boy, and we feel beautiful because someone's giving us their total attention, which is so rare. Obviously you feel good, it's because people are giving you attention, people in the world, the idea of the world, two separate bodies, everyone has their own thing going on, and they're not. I'm trained to just be very quiet in a non-invasive way and just listen to people and be there where I don't even exist, it's just this presence, empathetic sense, you see? And that's where the great masters in the East that I was friends with back years ago, I guess, and to this moment, my friend Baba Beatty, I just feel him fill my presence, and they were like I was, and I was so happy to meet people like that. And I remember I came back from India the first time after 5 months, and I was telling my buddies I had the center house and other things, started the World Zen Center and a dojo for Moriyama Sensei and Aikido and so on, and I remember telling my friends, they were very Christian, I said, the only Christians I ever met were in the mountains of India and Nepal and so on. Because they were so pure. And they weren't monks or teachers, they weren't like here they weren't trying to become better, they wanted to give this love they already had to people. So they were monks and so forth, very highly trained because they were already there. So they got an organized community just to transmit this wisdom that I'm trying to transmit today to their friends and family and loved ones. They didn't leave their family, they knew that this was the way and the truth and the light. You are the way, you are the truth, You are the light. You lighten the burden of all those you love to this wisdom. And there is no other way. The human heart is the birthplace of God in this world. And through this love and grace that your mother gave so dearly to raise you, and no matter where you were, she was with you. Imagine the heartache that took, and the confusion. And then she has heartache and confusion, and the people near her have little different things going on. And I'm saying we just take one step away from the conditioning. You don't take half steps in this. If you take half steps, you'll never get to the wall. Step through the wall. 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1, heaven. Your presence is eternity. We'll drop the conditioning now. The quiet land, the pure land is here and now. And with this power you'll have many, 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 many gifts, and all manner of circumstance will happen to arise in the early months of this, because and the dark side will come at you more than ever, because you're there. It can't afford to let one go. And it, meaning this little thing, Satan, and you'll see it's an actual being, but it's completely fear-based. And it makes things fascinating, or this separate. Everything's separate, every person's separate. There's no separation. That's why you feel so beautiful with a hug, or someone's going to paint you, or, you know, take your picture. Oh, all of a sudden you feel good because someone's giving you complete attention. When I work with people, I give them complete attention. You walk into my living room and just feel safe. And then I'll have people let go of their case, whatever's going on, and acknowledge it and keep it going. And then when they see whatever can be done and can't be done, then at the end of it, because this is your gift, and this is what you'll do, you're a spiritual teacher the rest of your life. And then once they can let go, once they can breathe, then God will move through the two of you, and you'll say things directly from God and make your friend happy in an unimaginable way. The heavens will open all the time, every time you ever do this. So for the rest of your life, when you count back from 10 to 1, the conditioning go up in a poof. It shouldn't be more complicated than this. And all the details will come to us. God will be with you. God will be with you forever. And everything you need or want to desire, everything you need to learn or see, it will come to you. Right through all the walls of everything. Every little instance of our life, of our thought, that God is behind it 10,000 times more simply and clearly and directly than we can imagine. And everything you need to learn will come to you. Now, tonight, and every day. You're God's gift to this world. Thank you for listening. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sculptor.